Thank you everyone for joining us today, and welcome to the T-Space Architecture Lecture Series. We're gathered here for Boonserm Premthada's lecture, Non-Human-Centered Architecture. This is the fifth in a series of 8 public lectures hosted by T-Space in the framework of the Architecture Residency Program. While everyone's settling in, I will just take a moment for introductions. I'm Madeline Hamilton, a designer and host of the Architecture Residency Program this year. For our new audience, briefly, T-Space is a nonprofit. It's an initiative of the Stephen Myron Hole Foundation, and its programming supports the synthesis of the arts, architecture, art, music, and poetry, in addition to the Architecture Residency Program. Our current exhibits in the T-Space galleries are sculpture and painting by Peter Halley in collaboration with Steph Gonzalez Turner, and opening soon a new exhibit by James K. Spear. Please check out our website for all upcoming T-Space events. This lecture today, along with the others in the series, is part of our Architecture Residency Program, a 25-day intensive that takes place every July and is now in its 8th year. The theme of the residency this year is correlations. Our residents are joining us on the panel today from around the world. So welcome to Narai, Mason, Emily, Guanming, and Christina. We are so happy to have you all in the program. And we are pleased that all of our residents this year are supported with scholarships generously provided by our supporters. Briefly, the structure of this webinar today, we'll hear the presentation from Boonserm, followed by a Q&A from our panelists and from the broader audience. Please feel free to use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen or the chat function, and check out the chat for other relevant info. And yes, I will now turn it over to one of our residents, Na Raihan, to introduce our speaker today.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Nare, and it's my great honor and pleasure to welcome you to today's lecture in the T-Space lecture series. Today, we are privileged to have with us an extraordinary architect whose work transcends traditional boundaries and redefines the relationship between architecture and its environment. Boonserm Premthada is the founder of Bangkok Project Studio and a distinguished figure in contemporary architecture. His innovative designs are renowned for their profound sensitivity to cultural context, sustainability, and social impact. Boonserm's work is characterized by a deep respect for nature and a commitment to enhancing the quality of life for the communities he serves. He often integrates local materials and construction techniques, creating spaces that are not only aesthetically stunning, but also environmentally conscious. Boonserm's projects stand as living testimonies to the power of architecture to evoke emotion, foster community, and inspire change. Some of his most notable works include the Cantata Film and Animation Institute, a striking example of how architecture can blend seamlessly with its surroundings, and the Elephant World Project, which reflects his dedication to using architecture as a tool of social good. Boonserm's contribution to the field have been recognized globally, earning him numerous awards and accolades. He began his career as an educator since 1996 at Chulalongkorn University until 2022. In 2023, he was Dean's Visiting Assistant Professor at Columbia University GSAP and Visiting Assistant Professor at the University of Hong Kong. Today, he will be sharing insights into his design process, his inspirations, and the stories behind some of his most impactful projects. Please join me in welcoming the exceptional architect Boonserm Premthada. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. And hello to everyone. And yeah, thank you for and T-Space for having me to have to speaking in this event. And thank you so much for the Stephen Hall for the invite me. and just it and it this is the first time after the COVID that we use the Zoom again. So it and yeah, okay. That we would like to start to and this is a storytelling. So it and the idea is and when I make the architecture. Okay, yeah, next please. Okay, I usually said that, and when I started my work, that I don't have any theory, and I don't have any philosophy. So it's when I make everything about the art and the architecture, I use it like it and the sun. So it's when we make it like something like it and the making sense. So this is and my idea when I started my work. And the first is and when I was born, I always ask myself, it's about who am I? Yes, it is and when I was born, I have the hearing problem. The one side is and I can hear only the 30%, and another side of my ear is and I cannot hear anything. So it's and that's why it and the sensation with my architecture is very, very important to me. And my first building is and we start from in 2011. This is an film school. This is situated in an outside of the Bangkok. This is a film school. They want to and to build up the young generation to be a film director, to be a filmmaker, and to be an animator. The first question that is I asked for is and the project that what kind of the architecture could teach the humanity to its the user. It's like that we started the place that like sorry. And we started like it and this film school, if we want to use it like and the fundamental sense, it like it's and the sense of the seeing, the sense of the hearing, the smelling, the temperature, and the spirit. Okay. When I lost it, the one sense and the other sense is open. It's like it and the place, it's like it the wall. When we making the wall, we make it like the undulating wall. The undulating wall is created the light and the shadow. So it's and in Thailand it's very, very hot. So we make the undulating wall, we make it half of and the light and the half of and the shadow on the wall. It make it the wall is cooler. In the rainy season, with the wall, it change the color from the orange, it become to the green. It means it's like the temperature is cooler also. And the place is and make it like it the place is for not only the building, but we make it like the landscape to the inside. The place is like it the pathway. In this picture, we want to send the message to and the student and the professor to think about and how to understand about the meditation, a silent place, making and the courtyard to connect it between the room inside and the outside. Yes, I decide the wind, the dimness, the silence, and the shadow. This is and the place that we want the student to learn about the sense of the human. So it's the question that is like when we come to and this place, how to be a human. The sense is all sense that we used it in this place. We teach you it how to be a human. If you have it and the feeling, it means like that you still alive. You are not the machine, and this is and you still a human also. And the building we try to combine it between it the technology, it like and the common material is like the brick also. We combine between it the brick and the steel and become to the new structure. And in the past 10 years ago, so it's in Thailand, we don't use the brick because the brick is like it's a very, very old-fashioned material. So at that time, the village it have no job. So I use the brick because of we want to send the message to and all of and the people that it be even like and the old material or the common material like the brick. We can make it like the architecture, and the architecture can create the new job for and this village also. It's like it under modern is under 700 years ago. We use it the brick. The brick is the material. We use it like and human power, and we use the diligence and the knowledge and to transfer among and the generation. And after it and finish the project, and I just to and go back to visit it from the film school again, and this big it and still like it and the feeling and the atmosphere and the tree it grow up. So this is and the place that it formed and 12 years ago it become to still now. And for this project, I have learned that it and the silence it can tell the everything. And the next project is and I work with and the women, the old lady in and the small village. We call and this project is like the artisan and the woman restaurant. The project is situated in outside of the Thailand also. And we start the question is like and how can the architecture connect the life and the local story, and how can the local food can change the city. Yes, this is and the village is like and the forgotten place. The forgotten thing it complies it like the unpopular shape like the glass box and like and the old lady and the disappearing local food. The project is situated in among the small village and the old village long time ago, 400 years ago in this village. This village it look like middle of nowhere. The people don't know even like it and the project is situated close to the World Heritage Site, and the World Heritage Site is and many tourists come to visit it, but this village nobody know about and this place. So the village comprises the old lady, some is unmarried, some is widow. So every morning the old lady is and offer the food to the monk. They go to the temple and exchange The food is for and each other. And the food and the old lady, we cook it by hand. They are not the chefs. They just like it and mother cooker. It like it and the plate it then make it like. And normally it's and we use it the name it for it and the building, especially like the important person. It's to me, I think it's the old lady is very important for it is related. So that's why that I set the name it for it and the building. We separated it for a 5 building and keep the name like the grandma and to an each building to honor them. The place it look like it, and when we come to this place, it's like a hidden place. We use it like it, and the material is like the glass box. In Thailand, we use the glass box for the toilet. We don't interesting about the glass box. It's long time ago, and we use it like in the wood to combine with the glass box. The glass box and the wood it like it, and we use it like the industrial material. It made with and the craftsmanship and nature material like the wood. And the place is for and when the people to come to this place. The glass box and the landscape it can combine together. The reflecting of the light from the outside to inside. And the wood and the glass box it makes it like and a very, very special place. This is and the inside of the room. The light from the outside is transparency. And the bar. And we make it like the large window. The large window is under. We make it like large window because we want to and the invite the air from the outside close to the river to the inside. This is under large window for the ventilation. At the night time, and the light it from the inside to spread to the outside. It look like the lantern in this village. Not only about the old lady, but this place we give the opportunity for the orphan. Can it make it like it and the traditional, the performance in this place. And also like the lady boy who can perform also. During it the flood, every year in this place we have it the flood. So it's the house of the old lady is full of the flood and the water. They cannot live in the house. So it's they have to go to on the road to live it. After the project is finished, the restaurant it become to the second house of the old lady. The life is so hard. It's very difficult life for them. The government it give their salary. It equal like and the 3.5 hamburger. It amount 13 euro per a month. So it's this is not enough for them, but they can try to use the life. After the project is unfinished, and this grandma, she does not know about the letter, but she start to learn how to write. So thank you for the visitor who gave the opportunity for her. And the next project is we work with an animal. This is the big animal in Thailand. The site is situated in and outside of the Bangkok, 7 hours by car, and the place is like in middle of nowhere. The project we call like the elephant world. The place is like the place is that is the human and the animal can live together. The question is asked about what role does the architecture play in the protecting the elephant and the Kui people, restore the forest and building a community economy. My architecture is less the question of the human, nature, and other living species to live together. Yes, most architecture is created for the human, but in this project, I think we want to talking about the non-human centered approach. We want to amplify the humanity by showing the empathy for the elephant. The project is situated in like the middle of nowhere. It's a small village that the village that is human and elephant live together. And the project is close to a national reserve forest in the Surin province, where the Kui people and the elephant live together more than 400 years. And in Thailand, the elephant is not our slave or forced labor. The elephant is the part of the family. The project is completed and the elephant graveyard and the elephant temple, elephant pool, and elephant pathway and the elephant house. Over time, when it's an economic, it grow up, so everything is developing. But the human destroy the forest, so that's why the elephant have no food. We have no choice. Elephant and the keeper have to go to a tourist city to beg for the money. During the way, the elephant have the accident. Some is sick, some is die. So it's the local government in this village that they want to set up the new home for it and the elephant and living together with the human. I started the project by drawing. We call like this is the elephant Vinci, for it's like the center message what is the non-human center. We study about the elephant anatomy and elephant scale and elephant characteristic and elephant behavior, and then comparison between the human and the human step and the elephant step and elephant vision. And elephant is smelling. The elephant is very good to use it the smelling. They can smelling about the water. It's more than it's under 20 kilometers. So that's why an elephant is become to like the umbrella species, where it's the place have the elephant. It be like and the small animal they can live together. This is and the wider biodiversity is conservation. And when the elephant die, we make the graveyard for the elephant. The project is set up with 3 facilities: the big observation tower, the cultural courtyard, and the elephant museum. The big observation tower, we make it the big tower. It's not only the architecture, but we make it like a tower. It's not only the observation, but we make the tower for it light and the landscape to connect it, the sky and the ground together. we make it like the atmosphere to the inside. Normally we make it like the high-rise building, and people did love to go to the top of the building. But it to me, I want and the people to enjoy for the every story and make the staircase for people to can walk it by using the staircase and absorb to the atmosphere to the story. We want the people to spend the time in the space. Yes, in this area, it's very, very hot. It's the hottest in Thailand in the summer season. So it's I make it like the structure, the architecture, the floor and the staircase, it can ventilation. It's like it we use it the place it for the people to come inside and enjoy to see the view. And for this building, it's not only the see the view, but we invite the people to go to the top because at the top of the building it's very, very good wind. So we invite it and the people to plant the forest by using it an apitong seeds. It's like it and we have to leave it like a helicopter and use the wind, it blow the seed. I hope that it and in the future the forest it come back and grow up in the future we cannot see this building, but we will see like the forest it cover this building again. A place for its elephant and the building and the land and the sky that can combine together. It's like the landscape of the place. Another building is like the cultural courtyard. The courtyard is and we have to and three functions. The first is the recreation space and cultural event and religious ceremony. And we study about the house of the Kui house. And the house is very, very simple. It's like the gable roof. And the house is like the column and the floating column and the floating foundation and the house of the elephant. We study about and the element of the architecture that the elephant and the human can live in a one roof. The right hand is the room of the human. The left hand is the space of the elephant. And we use it like a gable roof to cover to the landscape. And this is the big roof from the Kui house, and we cut it in the center. It open the space and make it like the small roof for the ventilation. And let the light from the sky touch on the cloud and look up to the sky. This is the place it for light and place for the human. And the ventilation. And we let it like it the elephant can climb it like and free space. When the elephant it can't come to and this area and come in and out. And we make it like the boundary. It's like the red line and boundary to protection between the human and elephant. It's like that we use it like the big stone. So if we make it like the big stone, the elephant cannot go to and close to the human. This is the space it for the human, and the human it can perceive about the scale the scale of the stone and the scale of the roof. We make it light and a very thickness roof. It's for protection the heat transfer from the top. And the elephant can come to inside. And the landscape is like the place is like and the gentle slope. Some is and high, some is below. And this is under elephant scale. We make it the column. And sometimes we found that the elephant is like the usually itchy, so they use it like and the body to scratch with and the column. So we make it like the new building before the elephant can scratching when they itchy. We dig the soil. We dig the soil and in this area, and if sometimes we lack of the water, and we dig the soil for it make it a pond, and we bring the soil to burn in this building to make the theater. So that's why it and we can make we make it like at the architecture. It become to the landscape. The elephant is have it a pond, and they are very happy to swim, to take a bath in the pond, and the human is very happy to have it the building. Another building is the elephant museum. We make the museum like the outdoor museum. The museum is situated and close to and the Kui house. So it's and the museum want to empower to the people of and this village to take a pride in their culture and the homeland. The idea is come from the Kui house. The Kui house have no door, so if the museum have no door also. And invite the elephant can walk in this place. And the elephant it can come and meet like and the people to inside. And we make the room and the human can live in the room but can see the exhibition to the outside. The elephant is live in the outside and can see the human in the room. We want to make it like the exhibition. We call like it the light museum. Because it and I want it and the visitor to listen about the real story. It's not to come from multimedia, but it's the life of and the real people who live there. Like and this uncle. And this uncle and his elephant is killed his son. So it is and I asked him, and what do you want to do with and your elephant after the elephant is killed your son? And he looked at me and he said that, do you want me to and call the police to cast my elephant to the cell? He said that no, I cannot do it because the elephant is my son also. They are my family. I still to continue to take care of them. So this is and when the visitor is come to have the new experience, the experience is like the unexpected moment. Make it and the wall, it like it and the new skyline of the wall. It become to the roof shape in this village. I make the brick. The brick is under that I used it come from the soil in this area, and we use it like the brick is like an repetition. And when we make the repetition, it will produce the memory. And when the memory is become to the remembered, This is and we want to send the message to and people because it in this village it's very poor. So it is and I want to use it like and the worker who live in this area to give the opportunity for them. Yes, I decide that only 50%, and the rest is fulfilled by the nature. It's my work and my local spirituality of the uncurable are the rawness, imperfection, mistake, and surprise. My architecture performed three functions: preserve the culture, revive the forest, and build a self-sustained community. The project has transformed the forgotten village from the first day of the construction until the project was the final launch. After the COVID-19 pandemic, we want to bring the elephant back home. So it's we want the Kui people to put down the sickle and start to hold like a selfie stick and broadcast their own story to the world. Respect to each other is very important. In this project, I have learned that sometimes the animal can transform the city, bring hope and pride to the human. Humanity is not just about a human relationship. We address our humanity through our relationship with other living creatures on the planet. The respect and the contempt we show toward the animal reflect the value of us as a human race. And after the finish and the Elephant World project, we got invited to make it a pavilion in Versailles in France. So it's this is an Biennale of the architecture and the landscape in Versailles. So it's the curator want me to make something that related about the land. So the theme is it's about architecture and the landscape and the land also and the soil also. So it's I propose the idea is about the elephant, and because I think the elephant is very interesting. The something that it it's related about an elephant and the food. Elephant it eats the grass. It like napier grass, the banana or the sugar cane. And elephant is produce the poo or the dung. The dung is the full of the fiber. So everywhere in this village is full of the dung. In the house, in the garden, in the forest, in the pathway. So I go back to the thing and we try to look at about something that overlook the object and bring it and become to the potential possibility, increase its value. I started making the mold to design. We make it like the brick, it's like a round brick. And bring the elephant down, mix with and the sand and cement to make it like the brick. This is under handmade brick. We make it like the one by one. The brick is like the comprises and the elephant dung brick. This is we call like this is the biomaterial. It's the first biomaterial made from the elephant dung in the world. And the elephant dung is situated, the pavilion is situated in front of the king of the Louis XIV in Versailles. We produce the project in Thailand and install, and then we ship to Versailles to make it like an elephant theater. We collaborated with the School of the Landscape in the Versailles to find the plant that the elephant can eat and make the plant to inside and make the pathway. And the plant it grow in the summertime. The insect will come. We want to send a message in this pavilion about and how to protect the environment. In Thailand, we use the culture to protect the environment. It's like this picture. If you use it like the multicolor fabric to cover the tree, it means like and you cannot cut the tree because in this tree we have the God to inside. So we bring it like the culture, how to protect the environment in this pavilion also. This is an opening day. The elephant dung pit is not only about the architecture, but make us to the better health. The elephant theater in the Versailles is like the stepping in the global south. The idea is from the global south. We want to bring like the local material, the know-how and the culture from the Thailand to share the people in France, especially like and the young generation. After that, and we got invited from the Royal Academy of Art in London to exhibit it and the summer exhibition in London. So it's and the curator is want me to make something that is related about and the climate. So it's this is we make it elephant dung pit. It's like the art installation in the UK, but it's different from the Versailles. In UK, they want to make an elephant dung in UK. So it's they want to use the elephant dung from the Colchester Zoo and invite the young generation to make the elephant dung pit. So I said I send it the molding, I send it the knowledge to share for it the young. This is and the young from the design school and architectural school and the high school also to make it like an elephant dung pit. And we exhibited the mold and make it elephant dung pit for the installation in the Royal Academy of Art in the room. Make it like a high installation about 6 meters. And put the gold on the surface of the elephant dung. This is the final touch of an artistic way. In Europe, I think it's a developing region and the color of the scientific advanced thinker, philosopher, and artist. But my work it reflected a person who comes from the area with a rich natural resource, while the people is kind, humble, it rely on the instinct to survive in the mindset of the limitation. I hope that it and we give it a new perspective to and people in Europe to learn more. Yes, Is it and the first question that I ask myself is and who am I? And when I try to answer, but right now that I can answer that is then yes, I am the human. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You've given us all, I think, so much to think about. I will open up to questions if you have some time to answer our questions from residents. Go ahead and unmute in the public if you would like to send a question in the chat or the Q&A.
I'm really inspired your projects and it's really amazing. And yeah, because sometimes I'm thinking that architecture really doesn't need the like something theory about space, but we're always thinking about the community of human and nature environment, something like that. And I'm curious, what is the process about decide the material of your project? Because I'm feeling that materials, I can feel more like identity of Thailand or local area of identity of local area. It represents on your material choice. So I'm curious that what is the thinking process of the deciding material first or the making form and then deciding materials
เขาถามว่า process thinking ในการที่จะเลือก elephant dung มาเป็น material ได้ยังไง
And for the elephant dung, and I think it's very easy because it and in as you know that it and the forest was destroyed, but the elephant just come back to home. So it and the elephant it eat every day. One day they eat 200 kilogram per day, and use the water 1,300 liter per day. So it and I think it's very easy how to find the food for the elephant. We want to and bring the elephant down to make it like the construction material, and bring and the people it can buy and the poor people can sell the dung, and we produce the bricks, and then we sell the brick, make it like the architecture. So it's an elephant it need to eat it, and the people are happy to use the material for the construction. So it's and this is and the way that is and how to not only about and the biomaterial, but it's about the life. It's about how to survive. The material is not about the sustainability, but it's empathy also. This is and the idea is and that it until right now, and I still use the elephant dung. It very challenge me. And we make it like and some of the reality project, it's a permanent project. We use it like and the elephant dung. It to paving, make the brick. It paving the floor for the community mall, and 7,000 square meter. And the client is very good. They know that it and this, if we use this brick, we will have the elephant. So it and we make it like and big space it for the elephant dung brick, and then it and this year we bring the elephant dung brick. It make for the furniture, for the stool, for the seat, and we show in the Milano Design Week for this year. And yes, this is and we want to talk about and not only about and the building, but even light and the furniture. We can use an elephant dung it for and the furniture also. But I call it and this furniture is not the furniture, but this is under the small architecture because I never done it for the furniture. So it's I don't know about the furniture, but I use the knowledge from the architecture to make the furniture. That's why it become to under small architecture. And we try to make like the elephant dung. It become to it's like and the paper also. For it and for the next year, in the Tenalo Milano, and we will make it like and the elephant dung also to make it a pavilion in the Tenale Milano. Yes, and if you have to the opportunity, you can visit it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Thank you so much for such inspiring lecture. I have a question about. So I think typically in university when I first got started to learn architecture, people always talk about like a single like canonical precedence about architecture, and then we feel like this view is quite limited. We change to the term like built environment, but I see there's a kind of blurred boundaries between nature, architecture, human, as well as animals in your projects, almost every project that you show. So I'm kind of curious, how's your, let's say, how do you, like, what's your understanding of the nature, and maybe that is very specific to your context. I know because I know for many Asians, the philosophy about nature, about the environment is quite different from the kind of a Western-centered philosophy or architecture history.
คือเขาบอกว่าตอนที่เขาเรียน architecture เนี่ยเขาจะถูกตีกรอบว่าในด้าน environment จะถูกตีกรอบมาแบบ philosophy แบบนี้แต่ว่าเขาเห็นงานของป๊าแล้วเขาอยากรู้ว่าป๊าสามารถ blend คน nature มาแล้วก็ animals มาอยู่ด้วยกันได้ยังไง
Yes, and the elephant is like the animal, and the human it live together it long time ago. I'm not start to bring them to live together. So they have to traditional. They have the knowledge it's long time ago. So we like and we are the outsider. We just learn that how to live together. That is I talk about and they live together because they have empathy. This is and only the one lesson that we live together. So it like it and that is the sample that is and the son of and the uncle. It was killed by his uncle elephant. So the uncle is not angry. The elephant. It is very difficult, It then like his son, it was killed. So it and it's very sad story. But I think about it and it's the culture. It's very important. But the culture and maybe sometimes the culture it can lead to protect the environment also. If you see like the cycle, when the elephant have no food in the forest, so because it like the economic is grow, the human is very greedy, want the land to make something for their economic. When the economic is grow, the environment is lower, it's losing. So it's how to balance this, and the story is we want to send a message of how to the balancing. The world it need to balancing. This balancing it, yes, it balance is very very difficult. But it's under the balancing it we have to try it. It just in this case it is it's very very difficult. But we try to do it. So it's for example, if you ask me about how to make it like it and the created for it, the project is maybe it come from when we go to the site, when we know the story, when we analyze about and the place that you will understand this is under the design and how to surviving. Not about the beauty. Maybe the beauty it come from the life also, not the beauty of the space. But we want to send a message to other people. Make it the architecture. We can build the environment together. If normally we build the architecture, we destroy the environment. And how? It's like the cultural courtyard. This is and how. Elephant need the water. Human need it like the architecture. So it's the how to bring this one to build this one, and the elephant it can get the water also. Yes, it is, and we study in the university. We graduated in the university. Yes, in the university teach us a lot about the architecture. But sometimes we have to learn after we graduated. It's not study, it's learning. Sometimes you learning. Sometimes we have. Sometimes it's like the unlearning. When you are learning, you have to go to relearning again. It's like that I said about and reading. With how the importance between unlearning and relearning. This is under with all life of when if you make the still to make the architecture. So it and when I work it, that is under my first work that we come from it, and when I was 45 years old, it's my first building. But Stephen Hall said that is under the first building is come from he almost 50 years old. So that's why then I talk with the young architect or the emerging architect that making the architecture we have to spend a time. So it's an if and the project is not good for us with my thinking. It's not appropriated. It's for us that we denied it because I think about then I'm old, so I want to make something that I want to do. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Boonserm. Thank you so much for a very inspiring lecture. I think not only it brought me inspiration, it just brought me a smile on my face. I'm sure it does to a lot of other people. I have a question about, I think through your lecture, even though it's titled non-human-centered architecture, I also think your approach seems to be a non-architect centered architecture, as in like your style or your personal preference is not imposed onto any project you do. And in contrast, every decision serves to contribute to the community it serves, the users and the users. I wonder about what you think of your role as an architect in solving these problems. What you think of your role as you do projects. Another thing I really appreciate is the optimism you're bringing into I guess into the attitude towards architecture. How you seem to be so confident about how these projects can transform and benefit communities and the larger impact. So I just want to hear on these two things if you have anything to.
เขาบอกว่านอกจากป๊าจะโฟกัสเรื่อง non human center เนี่ยเขาคิดว่าป๊าทำงานด้วย non architect way เขาก็อยากรู้ว่าป๊าคิดว่า role ของป๊าในการที่ช่วยเหลือ community พวกเนี้ยมันคือ role ยังไง
It's my role. We have the only one role. My role is an responsibility, not sustainability. Yeah, the responsibility for the architecture is very important to me because it when I was it and start to the architecture, yes, it and this is a very difficult way because we have to make with a client. So the client is very different. So that's why it and we have to select the client. The client is select me also, and I select the client also. That's why then you will see if my work is not much. We have to very small project and not much work. So it and when I work and the project, I think my architecture have to the benefit for the public. My work is for the public, not individual. So because it and the public, it can take benefit from our work also. When it and I work the project we think about and the architecture, not about the building, but it is the infrastructure of the social, of the society also. And the architecture, we can make the architecture and the people it can come and learn. Not only about you can learn in the classroom, and everyone it can learn from the real place. This is the one thing that we think about the public. When we make the architecture, that I said it like my big building. And the people said that it Boonserm, you use it like the natural material, like the brick. I said that no. Sometimes, we have the hidden agenda. The brick that I used it in this building is the political. Because it under all the budget, it's the tax of and the people. So I want to how to return the money to the village people. Using the brick, the cost of the brick is 90% is the labor cost. So then we bring like the labor cost to return to the people. And 10% is for like the material, it's the soil that is out there. That is okay. The people in this area, not the craftsman. I never work with the craftsman, so I work with the worker who don't know about the construction. So it's yes, my architecture that's why we talking about the mistake earlier, but we can control. You making the brick, the first brick that they laid it, they stacking, they measuring, it's not good. The first brick is not good, but I believe that 400,000 brick is better for sure. So this is the idea. It's about the brick. It's not about the environment, not about the sustainability, but it's also the political. For the people have the opportunity also.
เขาก็อยากรู้เรื่อง attitude ของป๊าป๊า
My attitude is, and in the architecture, we make it the architecture is for the everyone. So the attitude is, and we when we make it the project, and the project it should make for it, and everyone it can use it. It's like it, and we look up like it, and who is and lack of the opportunity. My first building in the film school, Kantana, it is and the village, the big village is almost died. They have no job. At that time, it's and the architecture, they use it like it and the technology material. The fashion, the architectural fashion in Thailand at that time, we want to go to very advanced. We want to moving forward. But it might break it. We want to make something that slow down. The women restaurant, my attitude is and make it like and the people who lack of the opportunity, like that old lady. We usually talking about the young generation. We talking about and like we make a lot of the learning center, but we don't care about an old lady. In Thailand, we have more and more old people. How to it like and make in because the old people is important also. So that's why then we set up it like a very small related. That very small project. The client is very good. It's very good attitude. They supported the idea. They set up everything. Because it and the client is the lady who live in this village also. And the attitude is for the environment is like the elephant village. We protect the climate. We can protect the environment by using the animal to send the message to the people. If the animal can live it. If you see Latin in the elephant theater in the west side Benale, when the plant it grow in the summertime, the insect it come. So I talk with the professor in the school of the landscape in west side. They said to me that Boonserm, in the summertime the insect it come. And they come to apply it in the plant when the plant it grows up. This place is not only about an elephant can live, but the insect it come also. So that's why in the environment it connected to everything. So this is my attitude for the architecture.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, Boonserm. Thank you so much for your lecture today. I kind of have a question about designing for elephants and designing for animals. I think it seems traditionally it's like we're fairly focused on the psychological and comfort needs for humans. So I'm just curious, like, what your process was for understanding what an elephant needs to be comfortable in its environment, and I guess the desires or the wants, quote unquote, maybe, that an elephant needs to be comfortable, and in particular living with humans as well. And like, how do you get in that mindset of designing in that way?
เขาอยากรู้ process ของการเข้าใจการออกแบบให้ช้างแล้วก็การที่ให้ช้างอยู่ร่วมกับคนได้แบบการอาศัยอยู่กับช้าง
And yes, for the elephant and the human live together. This is that is this is only one thing. This is about believing, faithful. The human is believe that the elephant it look like the god. So it's that's why that they take care. The elephant is like the god. If you see some video, you can search an elephant in Thailand. If you see some video that we like, when the elephant die, all of the people it cry, and bring and the monk it come to play with the elephant, and then they bring the elephant to the temple and make it a graveyard. It's for the elephant. This is faithful. This is believing. The believing is very important. It's for related between a human and the elephant. If you don't believe it, you cannot do that. It's like them.
แล้วป้าเข้าใจช้างได้ยังไงวิถีชีวิตของช้างได้ยังไง
I spend a time it for understand to live with the elephant. I know not at all, but it's like that from 2015 until right now. Then I still to learn about an elephant also. So that's why it formed the project, the Elephant World Project, and we know about an elephant, about the food, about the elephant food, about the elephant water, the pond, and then it 2020 we study about the elephant dung, and then it we try to study it about this is the behavior of the elephant. That is that is very, because the elephant is very, very special. It's like it it's different from the elephant in the forest. The elephant in it's like a domestic elephant. They look like a human. If the human is if the keeper is have the behavior, and the elephant have the behavior, it's like the keeper also. So it this is we can learn from the animal, and when we learn the animal, then you will see when you come to this village, then you will feel like then when you close to the animal make you happy, make the human happy. It's like it's your pet. If you have the dog, if you have the cat, The animal make it and the human is happy.
Drawing table.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm wondering, you started your talk that you don't have, when you started your practice, you didn't have a philosophy or a theory. And I'm wondering how that developed. How did you develop your philosophy and your theory?
ในการเริ่มทำงานป๊าไม่มี philosophy หรือว่า theory เขาก็เลยอยากรู้ว่าป๊า develop philosophy หรือ theory ของตัวเองยังไง
We go to study. We go to learn about non-architecture by non-architect. So that's why it, and we go to the real place and to understand, to find what is the inspire. Because it and the non-architecture, we have the something that they make it for necessary or necessity, not about it and the beauty. They make the architecture for the surviving. So that's why this is an interesting about this lesson. Because it and after we graduated it from the school, we try to make it like the architecture to follow the theory. Because we learn from the classroom, but it and we cannot create it to the new thing. Because we follow the theory that we have learned. And how? The first thing I told myself, I have to forget everything that I have learned from the university. And then it go to start to the new learning from the people who are not from the theory, from the school. And right now it and we make it the architect way, the architectural way, architectural method. It's long time, and right now it and challenge me again. I want to change my method to become to the art, make the way like the artist. And how? So then I start to painting. I painted. I draw, I painting. Mostly I painting. So it's mostly it's the architect. You just sketch it, but I not sketch it. I paint it because the paint is spend it more time. I study about the color also and paint on the sketchbook. So this is you use it like the artist way. It like it like the architectural way. It think about it for the real, the reality. But the artist way is not about the reality. It's not real. But it's when we think about the not real, and we go back to it like how to make it become to the reality. This is the artist way that we try to change the myself to work like that. So it's that's why my work is we have to like the installation. Like that I didn't show in this slide. It's like in Brut generally. We use it like the installation to make it a tower. Some part is like it the architecture. Some part is like the artist. when it's like and the critic it come to see, the journalist it come to see, they feel like this is and it's possible of the structure or not. But it's set up in the real one. To the people they can learn that how to think it. We think about it like the artist way that we can bring the everything is around us. Maybe you can ask me about and it's like the architecture and the art is different. Architecture have the function, but how is the function of the art? But I said that the art have the function also. The function of the art is and the message. You can send the message to the society. You can being like and the society can learn you and change the society. You can move with the society. The art it can move society also. But my art is like in 3 dimensions. Sometimes it's a 2 dimension. So it's like we make it like the art is for the everything. This is under the movement of the philosophy, the movement of and the theory. Yes, this is under the way that we work with right now. And we try to scale up the method. So that's why that we talking about and one of the projects that we renovated. It's like in a Brucianale. We use the method of and the renovation also. But the method of the renovation, not about the renovation, the building, but we renovation about my brain. Because the Bruce is a World Heritage Site. So it's this is a very old city. But we can in the World Heritage Site you will see many renovation building inside. But when we learn it from the Bruce city, so we try to bring the idea, the thinking, and renovated the thinking. It become to and new bell tower that made from the wooden made from the wood, and bring the sound from the bell to the like than 400 years ago, like than not 400, like the Middle Age. So it become to the new one, and send the message to and the people in the city. It's the space of the possibility that the curator is set up the theme. If we want to make it like an the space of the possibility, it can occur everywhere. It upon with your renovated your idea. So yeah, this is we learning from the everywhere. Yeah.
Thank you. And we got a comment in the chat that might be a good place to end. It's not a question, just a comment. It seems that isolated communities are often looked down upon. They frequently rely on their instincts to survive, but ultimately their way of life is as complex and nuanced as what we call good architecture. Your work is amazing. So I think that's a good place. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll stay